In a world painted with twilight hues lived a young girl named Elara. She wasn't like other children. While they dreamed of earthly adventures, Elara's heart belonged to the sky. She possessed a rare and wondrous gift. She could whisper to the stars. Every night, you'd find her in a quiet, dubious meadow, her gaze turned upward, lost in a silent conversation with the glittering tapestry above. Her whispers were not of grand wishes or selfish desires, but of simple kindness and shared secrets. She spoke of the day's sunlight, the song of the crickets, and the gentle rustle of leaves. And in return, the stars seemed to twinkle just for her, sharing their ancient, silent wisdom. Her connection to the cosmos was a profound and beautiful secret, a bond woven from starlight and a pure, loving heart. The night was her sanctuary, the stars her closest friends. One evening, as Elara was sharing a story with her favorite constellation, Orion, something extraordinary happened. A single small star, usually nestled securely in its cosmic cradle, began to wobble. It blinked erratically, then detached from the celestial blanket and streaked across the sky in a shimmering arc of silver and gold. It wasn't a fleeting meteor, but a slow, graceful descent, as if it were being gently lowered to the earth. Elara's heart leaped into her throat. She watched, breathless, as the star landed with a soft, ethereal chime in the tall grass not far from where she stood. She rushed over, her bare feet silent on the cool earth. There, nestled amongst the blades of grass, was the fallen star. It was no longer the brilliant point of light from the sky. Instead, it pulsed with a faint, weak glow, like a firefly on its last breath. Its light was dim, its warmth barely perceptible. Seeing its fragile state, Elara's heart filled with a deep, aching empathy. She knew, with absolute certainty, that she had to help this little piece of the heavens find its way back home. Gently, ever so gently, Elara scooped up the fallen star. It felt surprisingly smooth and cool in her palms, its faint light casting a soft glow on her face. She cradled it close to her chest, whispering soft reassurances. She told it not to be afraid, that she would protect it. Her first thought was to find the highest point she knew, a place where she could be closer to the sky. The old windswept hill at the edge of the valley, the one the villagers called the Stargazer's Peak, was her destination. The climb was arduous. The path was steep and strewn with loose stones, and the night air grew colder as she ascended. But Elara didn't falter. She held the star securely, her determination a burning fire within her. With every step, she murmured words of encouragement, not just for the star, but for herself. She spoke of the beauty of its home, the other stars waiting for its return, and the vast, beautiful dance of the universe it was a part of. The star seemed to respond to her voice. With each kind word, its faint light would flicker a little brighter, its gentle pulse a little stronger. Finally, she reached the summit. The world stretched out below her, a dark, sleeping landscape under a canopy of countless stars. The wind whipped her hair around her face, but she stood firm, a small, resolute figure against the immense night sky. She held the star up, as if presenting it back to its family, looking from the little light in her hands to the vast expanse above. She poured all of her love, all of her hope, and all of her belief into one final, powerful whisper. It was a whisper of strength, of belonging, of the unbreakable connection between all things in the universe. As the words left her lips, the star in her hands erupted in a blinding flash of pure white light. It grew intensely bright, illuminating the entire hilltop. Then, with a surge of energy, it lifted from her palms. She gave it a gentle toss, a final push towards home. The star didn't just fall, it soared. It streaked upwards in a brilliant, triumphant trail of light, a reverse shooting star painting a glorious path back to its rightful place. The star ascended with incredible speed, rejoining the constellation it had fallen from. As it settled back into its place, it didn't just return to its former brightness. It shone with a newfound intensity, a dazzling brilliance that outshone all its neighbors. It was as if it was winking down at her, a silent thank you from across the cosmos. Elara stood on the hill for a long time, watching her friend twinkle brightly in the sky. A serene, knowing smile graced her lips. The wind had calmed, and a profound peace settled over the hilltop. In that moment, She felt the invisible threads connecting her to the stars pull a little tighter. Her secret bond with the universe was no longer just a whisper. It was a song, a shared victory echoing through the silent, star-filled night. She knew she would never forget the night she held a star in her hands and helped it find its way home. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more tales of wonder.